So we've made our way along the north coast of Spain. We are still on the north coast and we have come to a campsite. Well, it's basically an air where you have to phone them for them to open the gates. So we're just waiting for them to open the gates. Oh, here we go. The gates are opening. And to think, yesterday I was considering cutting across the north coast of Spain, cutting it out and going straight into Portugal. And I'm so glad I didn't. So in the summer, this area here is a bar, like a beach bar. It's got bins outside, which is always nice because the bins always smell. There's toilets, showers, and then you have one of these automatic gates. Today we are having a van cleaning day because we have washing machines here, so yeah, we're just going to give the van a good clean because we've been in it for exactly a week now and it's a little bit of a mess. So we are now ready to leave the campsite. This one has been amazing because it's had a laundrette and the beach is just there. So we've been able to wash our clothes, dry them out in the area. And I've even managed to wash the dog's bed. So yesterday when we were driving along the motorway, we got a chip on our windscreen. So we have come to a car glass in the north of Spain on some industrial estate. And the van is now in car glass, getting the chip repaired. Before it turns into a crack, because it started to almost look like a crack. So yeah, it definitely needs sorting. Luckily, we've got like windscreen cover on our insurance, so the insurance company said that if we send them the invoice, they'll pay. So it's free, yeah. We have just arrived at our next park up, and it is a beach car park. So I'm just going to check the beach out. It's literally just got dark, so we've got here at a good time. We just keep on getting treated to these amazing beaches, honestly. Every time we go somewhere, I think, oh, can't get better than this, and then it does. And I'm still so gutted I didn't bring my surfboard. There's a surfer coming out now. So we have woken up on this gorgeous beach in the north of Spain. Today we are leaving Spain and entering into Portugal. We're just trying to work out how the tolls work because they have like toll tags. So we're trying to work out how we can get like a toll tag. I've just come to read this sign and apparently there's like a hobbit village which is only 10 minutes away from here, but it's closed and I'm gutted because that looks so cool. I have to try and translate what the sign's saying using Google Translate, which obviously isn't great, but yeah. This is kind of like an island that we're on, so there's a spit that divides it. So we've just arrived at this campsite. We're staying up there in the corner. There's a bar. That big building up there, there's the bar. The beach is just on the other side of that. There's a laundrette, toilets, showers, barbecue area. Next door is a water park, but it's closed, unfortunately. And it was all just €9. Absolute bargain. I've just come to find where the toilets are and where the bins are. So I've taken the dog back and I've got the bike off the back of the van because I've decided it's going to be easy to explore on two wheels. In the summer, this campsite turns into a water park. I think this could be the toilets. It's really unclear. This campsite is a little bit unusual. The toilets and showers for the campsite are actually the toilets and showers for the swimming pool. So our van is parked here, in between these vans. And this is the beach got my bike on the sand. It's like a really busy bar. Gorgeous. The best bit about staying in a campsite or an air is you can leave the van and relax knowing that it's on a campsite, so it's safe. So yeah, we're making the most of the van being parked on a safe campsite, and we're just strolling along the promenade. I'm going to find an ice cream shop, which I'm very excited about because I haven't had an ice cream yet. This campsite has a games room and there's a microwave, so we don't have to use our electricity. I think it's got a lock on it. And there's also like Connect 4, some sort of darts, pinball, sofa, TV, winning. So yeah, we're going to come in and hopefully this works. Yes, it does. Cook our dinner. Oh, and there's an oven. So we're in a town called Costa de Prado, which is just outside of Averio. And all of the houses and buildings are painted with different coloured stripes. And this town is famous for its colourful canal boats. So there's a canal just on the other side. So we've turned up at this place, this parking place on Park for Night, and this lady has a karaoke machine. I think she's the entertainment. So we have left Averio and moved further along the coast to a place called Praia de Vieira, and we did stop in Foz and we were about to stay there, but yeah, there were people with a karaoke machine and it was quite noisy, so we've decided to move further along. It's still 20 degrees, so it's still lovely and warm, and this is the beach. We're probably about 40 minutes from a place called Nazaré, which is somewhere we've been before, so we're definitely going back there. But yeah, so this is home for the night. Maybe 2 nights.
No pictures in the cinema, please.
What are you going to do about it?
Report you to the staff. No dogs in the cinema either, except for guide dogs.
Now we are further down the coast. We're about 1 hour away from Lisbon. We're going to start slowing down a little bit. So we've been maybe doing about 3 hours driving a day, and we'll probably start doing about an hour of driving a day and then start enjoying the coast a bit more. So this is the air that we stayed in last night. There's another one of these Morello Palace vans. Well, I say vans, more like a lorry. I think they're about £250,000, so yeah, it's absolutely insane. I don't know how anyone drives something that big. When you compare it to the size of our van, it's actually funny. But yeah, so this was completely free. There aren't any services. I think you can drop your waste here, but there aren't any toilets. The toilet's in the town. But for somewhere free to stay, is amazing. You'd never get this in the UK. So in 2020, the Portuguese government brought in a new law banning campervans and motorhomes from wild camping along the coast of Portugal and in the national parks. But they also, at the same time, introduced loads of municipal airs, so like free camping spots for campervans and motorhomes. So even though it's banned in, sorry, the dog was eating something. Even though it's banned in most of the car parks along the coast, the government obviously has introduced places for people to stay, which are generally free or very cheap. So yeah, I think it's a great incentive. I think the UK could definitely learn a lot from Portugal. And a lot of the airs are in or next to towns. So obviously you'd go into town and maybe spend money in the bakery or in the shops there. So you're helping the economy, which, yeah, obviously the UK are kind of just no camping everywhere. But I think if they introduced an area for people to stay, even for a small amount, it would give people somewhere to stay that they feel safe, and then they'd contribute towards the economy, rather than saying everyone must stay in a campsite. So we have made it to Nazaré, and this beach is famous for having the biggest waves in the whole of Portugal.
They're not very big today.
And we're walking down to this lighthouse just down here. And I think it's also a surf museum, so we're going to go and have a look. And there's people out there surfing, but they also have jet skis to rescue them because, yeah, I think it's pretty dangerous. So we've come to a place called Montanelas, and they have two swings, a motorbike swing and a normal swing, and it looks over the mountains of Portugal. Oh! Oh my gosh! What happened? What happened?
You're grappling my phone.
So before we crossed from Spain into Portugal, we filled the van up. And in Spain, fuel is about 1.30 a litre. In Portugal, it's 1.60 a litre. This man's turned up in the car park and he was beeping this horn. It was making a really strange noise. And he's selling stuff out the back of it. So I've sent Nina to go and see what he's selling. Right, he's coming back. Let's see what he's got. What is it?
whatever it all was, it came to €2. So I've got Portuguese tarts.
Oh my gosh, you're selling cakes.
Look at that.
You're joking.
got,
Oh, that looks
I
delicious.
thought it was an eclair, but I don't know what it is.
Oh, that's like one of those, yeah. That is amazing. Look how cute these dogs are. Hi.
Yeah, you won't eat your dinner. And they don't get it.
Should we feed them?
Come back. That one, yeah.
That was all scruffy. Don't go too close, buddy. It might have rabies. Come on. Nino said to feed him away from the back. Come on, Sandro. Oh, look how cute he is. I want to take him, but Nino said no. That he's a stray. Come on. Sis. You want some food? How sad he looks. Ah, poor little boy. I think he's a boy. He's starving though. Look, he really wants to come with us. Oh, I can't leave him. So we have made it back to this campsite that we stayed on 8 years ago, back in 2016, when we had our first camper van. We also stayed here 3 years ago, but it's just an hour south of Lisbon, and it's right on the water. So our van is the first grey one, and it's right on the edge. And then they have these like lodges, which are new, these weren't here last time. And it's £6 each per night, which is an absolute bargain. And it obviously comes with toilets, showers. Electricity I think is €4, but we don't need it. And it's a municipal campsite, so it's owned by the government. Or funded by the government, because we're in a natural park. And in the natural parks in Portugal, it's illegal to wild camp, so yeah, they make campsites cheap, which is good. And they're obviously government run, which keeps the costs down. In the bathrooms, alright, look at this. So that's a normal toilet, yeah. Let me show you this one. Look at this toilet. It's tiny. Look at my foot next to it so you can see. It's literally tiny. So everywhere we go in Portugal, there's Germans with these Morello Grand Palace vans. Crazy vans. There's an actual lounge. Wow. This is amazing. There's a lounge with chairs. It's like we've just walked into an old people's home. So even though we are in the sunshine, I'm still counting down to Christmas. Even though I'm not a huge fan of Christmas, but any excuse to eat chocolates. But this kind of feels like a countdown to the end of our trip, so I don't really want to do it, to be honest. But yeah, there's chocolate behind these doors, so I'm not moaning. So we're still at the campsite just south of Lisbon. It's about 20 degrees. I've got a baguette and some crisps. Nice iced tea with this view. We stayed over there last night just by those mountains, but to get around we had to go around a huge estuary, so it took about 2 hours just to get to the other side. We could have got a ferry, but we would have had to wait for a ferry, and then the ferry was quite expensive, so we just drove. And we're now in a place called Comporta. So we've just arrived at our next campsite, and we're still on the west coast of Portugal, and I was looking on Park for Night, and it is really difficult to find anywhere to park. And when you look on all of the places, it says that you will get a fine for like 600 euros. And this part of Portugal, there don't seem to be many places that are free other than like in towns away from the coast. So we're staying on another campsite. And everything just looks a bit dodgy in the dark. So this is like a scrapyard or like a farm or something, I don't really know. We kind of arrived and I was like, I don't think I want to stay here, but yeah, we don't really have much choice because there isn't anything else for miles, so looks like we're staying here. I think this is the problem with arriving places in the dark, because everything looks a lot worse, but then it gets dark. Obviously in Portugal is the same time as the UK, so it still gets dark later than at home, but it's now 6 o'clock and it's pretty much pitch black. Whereas in Spain, you get that extra hour. So I don't know what everybody else uses to get their van level, but we just use like a normal spirit level. I think it was like £1. And we're never flat, so it's always on like a downward slope and upward slope, or we're usually like that, or like... Usually we're like this because the drain for the shower is at the bottom, so obviously we want to be on a slight hill. But today we are so perfectly flat, like I cannot believe it. This EcoFlow has been absolutely incredible, because otherwise it was going to cost us, I think, about £5,000 to get, well, we were quoted £5,000 to get a whole like inverter and a whole electrical system fitted. So it has USB-Cs, and then on the other side it's quite big and it's heavy, it has plugs. So this campsite's got this terrifying dog. I don't even know what dog it is. What dog is it?
It's like a bull mastiff.
It's like a bull mastiff, I don't know, but I came out the toilet and it started chasing me, so I had to run as quick as I could to the van.
Like
No, I can't breathe. That's not normal.
It's a guard dog, but scares me the campus. And I've got my washing's been outside the dryer for 4 hours because someone's washing their full bed set, pillows.
Yeah. And now we're too scared to leave the van because there's a vicious dog outside.
And my washing's going to be wet and damp. I paid €4 for that.
Fuming.
I don't even know pyjamas. Come on, buddy, in that bed. I know it's scary here, but you're on board, dog.
We're going tomorrow, buddy, don't worry. Good morning. So we've woken up on this campsite. As you can see, the van definitely needs a clean now. And it's kind of like a scrapyard. There's just, yeah, it's very rustic. So last night there was a dog barking. I think it was the owner's dog, until about 11 o'clock. And then finally when the dog stopped, the donkey started making a noise. And then about 6 o'clock this morning, the cockerel started, then the dog started, and then the donkey started. So then we didn't really get much sleep. So yeah, we're going to move on today and head down to Sagres, which is right on the south coast of Portugal. This is the culprit. You barking all night. Let me give you a quick tour and show you how rustic it is. So this is supposedly like a lounge area. I don't really know. I'm just going to see if my towel's dry. Where's the towel dryer? That's the washing machine. That's here. Like, what is this place? We have a chicken by our van. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and keep following for more content.